Hello and welcome to today's session. We are diving into Microsoft Entra Connect, how it works, and how it syncs users from on-premises Active Directory to cloud. So this video will help you to get understanding what is the process, is the way that Microsoft Entra Connect syncs our on-premises users to cloud. So come and let's get started. So what simply, we have previously also discussed, like it's the tool that synchronizes on-premises Active Directory with our Entra, formerly known as Azure Active Directory, means Azure Active Directory, but now Microsoft has changed the name as Microsoft Entra ID. So Entra Connect enables seamless identity management across both the environment. You can manage the environment in your own premises and as well as Entra, but the changes or any of the changes that you would need, the authority goes to on-prem server, on-prem area itself. Okay, with Entra Connect, users can sign in with the same credentials across on-prem and cloud services. We can thankful to the features like PHS, password hash synchronization, and PTA, password authentication, which help us to do the same. It supports SSO also. You can customize SSO, and it offers multiple filtering and attribute mapping. With the help of, you can sync your attribute and filters towards the cloud. Nowadays, your Entra Connect agent is coming with inbuilt health monitoring feature. Previously, it was not included with the agent, but nowadays Microsoft has inbuilt it. Entra Connect ensures a reliable hybrid identity solution for your business on which you can just sync your user from on-prem to cloud without any losses or without any mistake that you have done. Okay, so let's go and check for the terminologies that we use in Entra Connect and what are they means. Okay, so now we will gather what are the key terminologies that we use in Entra Connect. Before let's go to understand those terminologies in our Entra Connect, okay, on our day-to-day life. So first one is on-prem connector. What is on-prem connector? The connector that is by default created by our Entra Connect agent. When we install the agent, it will create an on-prem connector which help us to import the users from our Active Directory, on-prem Active Directory connector space, on-prem connector space that it has. Okay, so it's basically a connector which helps you to connect from on-prem itself. Second, we have cloud connector. Parallelly, AD Connect install the cloud connector also as same as the on-prem connector, but cloud connector helps to move the users towards the cloud. Cloud connector export the users attributes or the changes you have done in your on-prem towards the cloud. Okay, so we have two connectors here in our AD agent. One is on-prem connector, second is cloud connector. Okay, third one we have connector space. Connector space, you can say both the connector have their space itself on which they will save your data, they will gather your data. Like you have created a user, so first it will be imported from your on-prem connector to the on-prem connector space, then the connector will move it to Metaverse, then from Metaverse they will be exported with the help of cloud connector, and cloud connector will keep that data with it on its connector space, then it will be moved to Azure cloud. Okay, that's there. Then we will go to Metaverse. As I told, Metaverse is the layer, or you can say a bucket, where all the object is created and we can store there our identities during the process of synchronization. Like from on-prem connector, it's imported, then it will store in Metaverse, then from Metaverse it will be exported with the help of cloud connectors. Okay, what is initial sync? Initial means starting. As the word from initial, we can understand that it means starting. So initial sync means full sync from the starting of your server. Like your first user, from the starting your first user, when you have created a single user or a single object, from there it will start a sync. Okay, so initial sync is the sync means complete sync or the full sync. After that we have delta sync. What is delta sync? Delta sync means the changes that you have made, the recent changes that you have made, that will only sync towards the cloud. Like you have updated a name of manager of the user, you have updated employee ID of the user, and you will just run a delta sync for that particular user. The sync will run, okay? But for the initial sync, all the users, if you have done changes or not, it will run a full sync, okay? Then we have term import. Import directly means you are importing the users or the changes, attributes, filters, mappings, objects from your on-premises towards the cloud, or from cloud to on-prem, okay? Import means just taking the details from on-prem to cloud itself, or the connector space to cloud itself. That means export. The last we have delta synchronization, or a proper synchronization, you can say. If you run an initial, then it will be a full synchronization, okay? Synchronization means it happens during the like you have completed your import process, then it will be a synchronization means the data that has been imported will be checked by the connector space that it's available on the metaverse. If it's yes, then it will go. Otherwise, if it is not available on the metaverse, then it will be created in the metaverse, then they will export it from the metaverse towards the cloud, okay? Synchronization means checking the details in the metaverse itself, okay? So these details we have seen. Now we will move towards the process, how it works. The process, how through the synchronization happens in our Entra Connect, okay? So first will be the import. As I told you, you have done a changes in your on-premises server for a user. You have changes the name, you have changes the mobile number, you have added the message. Then first stage will be the import. The data will be imported from both side, like from today, like from on-prem. You have done any changes, so the data will be imported from on-prem. Even eventually, the data will be imported from the cloud itself also. Both the connector will do an import first, okay? It will be a delta import, it will be a full import. If you have done any changes and you are doing a delta synchronization, then it will be a delta import. If you are doing initial synchronization, then it will be a full import. One by one will perform a import, okay? So just for your information, like it will happen and then export. So in all three process, both the connectors will be involved one by one. Like first import will be there, so the on-prem connector will do import, then cloud connector will do import. After that, synchronization will be done. So on-prem connector synchronization will be done, then the cloud connector synchronization will be done. After that, export will be there. So both the connector, on-prem connector will do export, and the cloud connector will do export, okay? So first stage will be import. A user will be imported from your on-premises to your on-prem connector space, and from Entra means Azure to cloud connector space. You can see here we have now been imported to their connector spaces, okay? Then we will go and check that it has been synchronized with the metaverse. As in metaverse, we doesn't have a user with its name or with its properties, so AD Connect has created a user in the metaverse. We have that user which is currently working. So both the connectors, like from cloud also it has been created, and from on-prem also it has been created, okay? So if you have done in your AD Connect, if you have enabled user will be created. Otherwise, you can understand there, like we have added an attribute or we have changed the password of the user. So the password of the user is syncing from cloud to on-prem, and from on-prem to cloud we are creating a new user here, okay? After that, it has been exported to both the connectors. Like exportation means from metaverse towards the cloud, and from metaverse towards the on-prem. Both the connector will do an export job, okay? Exporting from metaverse with the help of both the connector is known as export. Importing towards the metaverse from both the connector is known as import. Basic things is there, okay? So now you can see that the connectors are exporting the users or the password from metaverse towards their cloud. It will be on-prem, and for the on-prem it will be cloud. So once this transformation has been done, you can check that the users will be available at both the end. The cloud connector will syncing the password, and the on-prem connector is syncing the user. The user will be available in the on the Entra itself on the cloud, and the password will be changed with the on the on-prem also. You can check the event viewer logs and from the other things also you can verify, like if user is able to log in, then it will be syncing, the password will be syncing from cloud to on-prem itself. Okay, so you can understand here, like all the three spaces, we have connector space, we have metaverse, we have cloud connector space. Okay, so all three spaces the user will be created and stored. Okay, in all three spaces the user will be created and the details will be stored, all the rules, all the attribute transformation, all the objects that you have created has been stored there. Okay, so for this process we have couple more, like rules are there, you have mapping transformations are there, you have filterings are there, which help you to import and export. We will check it later, but for the basic you will understand, first the user will be imported, then it will go connector space, then it will be moved to Entra itself. So if any error occurs, you need to check in all the three. You can check in on-prem connector space, you can check in metaverse, you can check in cloud connector space, all three details. Okay, once you will check all these, then you can get until which connector space or till which space it has been replicating, from where we need to do troubleshooting that it has not been coming or it has not been replicated. Okay, so now here we have a challenge, that how to identify which connector is for on-prem and which one is for cloud, right? So it's pretty simple. The on-prem connector name will be your domain name, like you have xyz.com, so it will be, the on-prem connector name will be xyz.com, and the cloud connector name will always have onmicrosoft.com -aad as a suffix. So if you see your cloud connector, it will be the name, the domain name that you have or the tenant name that you have, including with the suffix of onmicrosoft.com -aad. Okay, so and if you see in the profile name column for that cloud connector, on-prem connector, you will always see the on-prem connector name will be Active Directory Domain Services. No cloud will be included there. Okay, only just Active Directory Domain Services. And for the cloud connector, it will be Windows Azure Active Directory in bracket Microsoft. So that will help you to understand which one is on-prem connector and which one is cloud connector. Okay, so that's a wrap up on today's discussion about Microsoft Entra Connect. Now you understand how it syncs on-premise users to the cloud, key terminologies, and how to identify the connectors that we have in our Entra Connect agent. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon for more tech insights. We are going to create more videos on how we can troubleshoot the sync and what are the steps we need to follow to check that the object has been synced till the places itself. Okay, so take care, bye bye, and see you in the next video.